and welcome to another live AM language lesson with me, Mr. R. I hope all of you are doing well, and if you had lessons this morning, that you had a good lesson. If you're watching this later, make sure you fast forward the first sort of 4 to 5 minutes, because it will take us about 4 to 5 minutes to get into things. Bruno says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Bruno. Welcome to today's lesson. Arena F as well. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Hope all of you are doing well. Leondina as well. Good afternoon, Leondina. Welcome to today's lesson. So we have obrigado, konnichiwa, privyet, and buono pomeriggio. Hello, Evelina. Good afternoon. Welcome to you as well. In today's lesson, we are going to look at some tricks that can help you to speak more like a native when it comes to pronunciation. And these tricks are, well, I'm going to give you about 3 different tricks basically today. They're not going to be, I don't think they're necessarily going to be really difficult to understand, but it will be a lot of trying to really hear the pronunciation that is involved. These techniques that I'm going to teach you today will help you overcome certain difficulties when speaking English, especially when it comes to fluency. And if you can hear it, then that will also help your listening. So there's a lot of work that we can do today when it comes to pronunciation, which is a speaking, which is a particular skill a particular aspect of speaking. And at the same time, I hope that we can also develop your listening skills. Let me know what things are like where you are. It's a lovely day here where I am in the world. And yeah, there's a lot of good things about the day when it is sunny. Recently in Malta, there's been terrible weather. I am not in Malta at the moment. I'm actually in Ireland. But I know that in Malta there has been a lot of rain. But hopefully you guys in Malta can still go and swim. Okay, so we'll just give people another minute before we start, and then we'll begin. We've already got we have like half the size of a normal class. Let's see if we can get a few more in as well before we start. I should say, guys, that as always, please make sure that if you're new to the channel, so maybe you're watching this later, subscribe, click that subscribe button. And as always, you can find out more about how you can have lessons at AM Language at AM Language in Malta by clicking on the description below. Go to the website and you can find out more. And I should also add that obviously traveling at the moment is very difficult, but there are certain times of the year that are really nice to be in Malta. And October, which is coming up, I would say October is one of my favorite months in Malta. You can still swim. It's still nice and warm during the day, a little bit cool in the evening. It's a lovely, lovely month in Malta. The weather is usually nice, but it's not like August heat. It's a much more comfortable heat, basically, and you can still swim. Alida, good afternoon. Buenos dias from where you are in the world as well. So, guys, let's make a start and make sure that you like the video if you need to improve your pronunciation. Okay, so we are going to look at 3 different, at least 3 different things today when it comes to pronunciation. And these are little tricks that we can do that can help with pronunciation. The first thing we are going to look at is something called CATENATION, or what I would say, just go with linking. Linking is probably the easier way to look at it, and it's much better. But I do want to get you guys involved. So I'm going to give you ideas, and you need to tell me what you hear. So I'm going to give you some options, and then you need to tell me what you hear. And that is the important thing. What do you hear? So at the same time, we can actually see what your listening is like. So let's start off with this. Okay, let's say the sentence reads this. Okay, so I'm going to say this sentence that you can see in the live chat, but we need to think, how am I saying this? This is going to be important. How am I saying this? So do I say this in option A, which is let's go, and we're going to focus on a specific part of this sentence. B or C? So we've got three options, okay? The question is, which one do you hear me say? And we're focusing on the bit that says this orange, okay? So if I'm saying it slowly, I would say, I want this orange. But of course, that is not how natives speak, and that is not the idea. So listening task 1. Do I say this sentence like A, B, or C? We are focusing on the connection between this and orange. This orange. This orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. So Bruno has come in with B. So he thinks that I am saying this orange as one word, really. Irina F says C, Alida says B, Leondina says C. Okay, so you guys think it's between B and C. So it's a question now of whether it's the S sound or the C sound. Evelina says, I'm watching Netflix series in English, but they speak very fast. I can't understand everything. Well, hopefully after today, Evelina, the things we are going to look at will help you understand them better. So I'm going to say this one again, but because there's a confusion between the S sound and the Z sound, let me just go over in terms of the sound, okay? So in B, if the answer is B, we have to hear the S sound, okay? So this would be S, this would be this, this. If it is the Z sound in C, for example, we then have a z. The important thing to know is S is soft, Z is hard. Okay, so let's go again. So we're about 50-50 on this one. Am I saying S or Z? This orange, this orange, this orange, this orange. I want 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 this orange. I've slowed it down a little bit. I want this orange. Going up. I'll now say it at the native speed. I want this orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. So the question is, let's see, there is a slight difference. There is a really small difference. And when we say it quickly, Alida, the Z sound, the S sound, this can be quite difficult. I'll give you a clue, okay? I'm going to say B, then I will say C, okay? I want this orange. I want this orange. That was B. Now C. I want this orange. I want this orange. I want this orange. That would be the sound of C. So do you think I'm saying B or C? A leader has come in with B. Bruno, do you agree with a leader? Do you stick with B? Arena, F, and Leondina and Evelina, what do you think? Bruno and Alida think it's B. The question is, have you guys changed your mind? Arena F has changed her mind, and I can tell you the correct answer is B. It is B. Well done, everyone. Okay, so in the end, we got there. Yeah, it's this sound. So this is one example of linking. We'll look at a few others, but the answer here is you're saying you're putting these two words together to say it almost as if it is one word. So Leondina, I'll say it again for your benefit here, just to give you a comparison between C and B, okay? If it is C, I'm going to put a Z in, which would be this orange, this orange. But I was saying B, which is this orange, this orange, this orange. You will hear that this is softer than the C. Sorry, the S sound is softer than the Z sound. So let's move on to the next one. And this one here, we're going to, I don't know what that was. We're going to listen. Let's see if we can hear what I say. I think we'll go with this. Okay, so this is going to be the question here. This is the question. So I'm just going to give you probably three more, maybe two more examples of this one. So the next one is he busy? Is he busy? So that's the option there. What we need to think of is this. Do I say A? Do I say B? Or do I say C? Again, guys, we've got a slight difference here. This could be a little bit difficult again between the S and the Z sound. So we'll just start off. I'm just going to, again, just ease into this, just making sure you can hear the difference between the S and the Z sound. So, okay, so let's start off the S sound, okay? Repeat after me, if you like, as I go along. So is, okay? Is. The Z sound. Okay? In which case it would sound like is. Okay, so now we've had a little difference between is and is. Is and is, okay? Now, I should say that, in theory, both of them could be correct. I do think it does depend on where you are in the world. I think, for instance, if from the United States, let's say New York, you're more likely to come out with the Z sound. But let's see if you guys can hear what I'm saying. So do you think I'm saying A, B, or C? Okay, I'll say each of them individually, and then I'll say it native style. Okay, so A would sound like, is he busy? Is he busy? B, is he busy? Is he busy? C, is he busy? Is he busy? So, which one am I saying? A, B, or C? Is he busy? 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 Alida thinks A. I need to think quite carefully as well, because I don't want to confuse you between A and B, which is very easy to do. Bruno thinks C. Leondina says A. Okay, so 2 for A, 1 for C. Let's go again. Is he busy? Is he busy? Is he busy? Is he busy? Okay, all of you are saying A now, and that is the correct answer. Well done. And this is what we'll do. When we're going to say is, instead of saying is he busy, we're going to change this to is. We're just going to put in the sound I on the end, creating is he, is he, is he, is he busy? It's easier to say. It's faster to say, and that is how a native would say it. Okay, let's look at least one more of these ones. And this one, I'm going to go with this. This one is a strange one as well at first, but I think you'll see what we're doing here. So, we've got, whoops, no, I've spelled that wrong. Okay, so am I saying A, cats or dogs, as if it was going to be one? Am I going to say B, cats or dogs, or C, okay, so what you'll see here is each of these three ones, I'm putting three words together basically, and I'm creating three words as if they're one word. I'm saying it that quickly. Like last time, I'll just tell you I'll give you a demonstration of what each one would sound like, and then I'll say the native way of saying this quickly. So A would be cats or dogs, cats or dogs, cats or dogs. B would be casa dogs, casa dogs, casa dogs. C would be cats or dogs, cats or dogs. Okay, so we've got cats or dogs. I'll go through the options again. A, cats or dogs, but saying it quickly would be cats or dogs, cats or dogs. B, casa dogs, casa dogs. C, cats or dogs, cats or dogs. Now, which one do I say? Cats or dogs, cats or dogs. Which ones do you prefer? Cats or dogs? Which ones do you prefer? Cats or dogs? Which pets do you like more? Cats or dogs? Cats or dogs? Alida thinks C. Leondina thinks C. Arena F thinks C. Okay, wow, okay. Let's see. Evelina and Bruno. Bruno thinks A, and Evelina thinks C. Well, guys, overall, well done. The answer here is going to be C. This is not uncommon, by the way. When we've got two options and you've got or and you've got two options, it's not uncommon to hear the or changed into an sound. Almost completely removes it. It would be no different if I said, for instance, so if I say oranges or apples, I'm going to change. The native might end up saying this as one whole thing, and it's just going to change the or to an sound. So oranges are apples, oranges are apples, oranges are apples, oranges are apples. So if you slow it right down, you would hear oranges are apples, oranges are apples, dogs are cats, cats are dogs. Okay, so it's not uncommon when we use or in our speech that we say it so quickly that instead of saying it as an or sound, it comes out as an sound. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and For this one, this is going to be a little bit helpful when you find it difficult maybe to go from one word to the next word. Okay, and this is called intrusion. And intrusion means it's an added sound that you put in between others, okay? Other between words actually. And we're going to consist of three main sounds. And the three main sounds, now this first one, it looks like a J, it's not a J, it's a Y sound. You got W and you got R. So you got Y, W, and R. Y, W, and R. Okay, I'm going to give you an example, just so you can hear, just so you can see what I'm getting at here. So, for example, he asked. If we are going to say this in the native way, it's not uncommon to throw in a Y sound. So instead of saying he asked, to say it quickly and to make the flow of the sound from he to asked cleaner, so it flows, we're going to put in a Y sound. So it ends up sounding like, and I'll say it slowly to begin with, he asked, he asked, he asked, he asked, he asked, yeah, he asked, he asked, he asked, he asked, here, here. So the y and the r, the y and the r come together. Yeah, it's just the ya sound actually. If you just repeat after me, ya, 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 yasked, 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 yasked. Okay, so when we break it up, it would be a bit like try and do it this way. I don't have phonemic transcript on my phone, on my laptop, so I'm going to have to write it like this. But it's he asked, okay, and that would be an example of intrusion. We're putting this sound in to link two vowel sounds together, and that's another important thing. We're doing this to link. We tend to do this when we're trying to link two vowel sounds together. So it's not uncommon. So let's go for the next one. And it's quite simple. In this task, let's look at this. Okay. The question is, what do you hear? Now, I've given you an example, but can you hear what do you hear me do? And this is the next thing. So, is it A, this one? Is it B? Or is it B? Or is it C? So which one do you hear? If it's the first one, it would sound like he answered, she answered, she answered, she answered. If it's B, it's she answered, she answered, she answered. And if it's C, it would be she what she answered, she answered, she answered. So which one do you hear me say? She answered, she answered, she answered, she answered. Do you hear A, B, or C? She answered. She answered. She answered. Alida thinks B. B. Okay. And B, okay, all of you are thinking B at the moment. Let's see. She answered. She answered. I'll just go through them again. And okay, all of you think it's B. Let me go through each one again. A. she answered. B, she answered, she answered, she answered. C, she answered. Oh, I can't even say C. It's too difficult for me. She answered. Okay, we know it's not C. I can't even say C. So it's either A or B. Again, A, she answered, she answered, she answered. B, she answered, she answered, she answered. The question is, do you hear an E before the Y sound? I'll say it again. She answered, she answered, she answered, she answered, she answered. Okay. If all of you think B, then all of you, I'm afraid to break it to you. Okay, Leondina has changed her mind to A. I'll say it again. She answered, maybe A. Alida now thinks maybe A. Maybe A. I have been hinting that it's A. It is A, guys. And the thing about this is that the I sound is really sort of blended in with the Y. It's Y, Y, Y. I'll put it this way, okay? You're listening for this kind of sound, okay? You're listening for I, Y, I, Y, I, Y. Together, ear, ear. Just like ear. Sheer, 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 ear. She answered, she answered, she answered. So repeat after me. She answered, she answered, she answered, she answered, she answered, she answered. Because the y sound comes naturally, comes quite natural after the I, because it's easy to go from it to y. Ear, 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 for example. Okay, let's go and look at this next one. Let's see what you guys think. Okay, I'll tell you what your options are as well, as always. So we've got this sentence. Well, we've just got these two words, do and it. Do it. Question is, what do you hear? I always forget about that. You got three choices here for do it. Do you think it's do you think it's A? Now A would sound like this. I'll say it very slowly. Diet, diet, diet. Actually, no, it'd be diet, diet, diet. B would be do it, do it, do it. C, do it, do it, do it, do it. Which one do I say? Which one do I say for these two words when I say them together? Do it. All of you are thinking it's going to be B. Some of you think it might be A. Okay, listen to it very carefully. I'm going to come out with the answer. Do it. 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 Okay. I'll give you a moment. If none of you change your answers, I'll assume that you're sticking with B. Evelina, what do you think? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, none of you changing your answers. So I can tell you that the majority of you were correct. It is B. Do it. Okay, let's look at this next one. Let's look at this one here. We've got go out, go out, go out, go out, go out. What do we think the correct answer is going to be? Do we think it's A? Do we think it's B? Do we think it's C? So I'll go through each one, and you guys can tell me, so you can hear the difference between the three, and then I'll say it as a native. A, go out, go out, go out. B, go out, go out, go out. C, go out, go out, go out. Okay, automatically, all of you assuming C, I'll now say it as I would do normally as a native. Go out, go out, go out. Yes, well, I might as well tell you, yes, it is C. It is definitely C. Go out, go out, go out. Okay, so we've all mastered that one. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. This one here, we're now going to look at something called an elision. Now, elision is quite an important one, and I've left what I would say might be the most important one at the end, for the end. And I would say this is probably the most important one. An elision is when you take away a sound. The sound is eaten by the other strong or similar sounding sounds. And this happens a lot when it comes to two particular sounds. This is very common when it comes to the sounds t and d as well. So let's look at the first one. You've got this next door, okay? The question is, am I removing, now to go to T and D, next door, it's difficult to do, to say it quickly, to get both sounds in. If before we start, just let's have a little look at the sound of T, okay, and D. If you say T and D, the tongue is in the same place, okay? It's just behind here, just behind the front teeth, just behind the front teeth, okay? T, t, d, d, t, t, d, d. The important thing to know is that T is soft and D is hard. Now, when I say soft, okay, you've got two terms. You could say, your teacher might say soft, or that your teacher might use another term called unvoiced. As for D, this would be a hard sound, or what some teachers might use the term or voiced. Okay, so you got T and D, T and D. Okay. The question is, which one do you remove? Which one do you remove? Okay, so we're going with next door. Do you think it's A, or do you think it is B? And I keep on forgetting that when I do B, it comes up with a smiley face on here. Which one do I say? Is it A or B? And this time I'm not going to go through the two beforehand. I'm just going to say it how a native says it, okay? Next door, next door, next door, next door. Bruno says A. Very quick to say A, next door. Let's see if you guys agree. Am I removing the T or am I removing the D? Next door, next door. All of you are saying A, and A is correct. Well done. That's excellent. So that's the first thing you need to know there. So when you come up with something like next door, okay, next, it's same with, without me having to, it's the same with like next day as well. We would do it with that, next day. So if I go with next day, we would end up saying this next day, okay? And this is very common. So when you have this word next and the next word begins with D, drop the T if it has T in it, basically. Like next day, next door. Okay. Really good one. And you need to, and it's very helpful to do it. It makes it easier to go from one word to the other word. Let's look at the next one. Add and take. Let's even put this in a sentence. Okay, we can have it in a sentence. What do you hear me say? A. Ba, ba, ba. Or B. Okay, so you got A and B here. Which one do you hear me say? Okay, so we've got you automatically. Okay, so Rena's jumped in here and said B before I've even said anything. Let's see if she's correct. Dad, take the car. Dad, take the car. Dad, take the car. Dad, take. Dad, take. Dad, take. Dad, take. Okay, all of you are going for B. Let's see if anyone else agrees. Dad, take. Dad, take the car. Dad, take the car. Okay, all of you are saying B. Correct. B is the correct answer here. So in this case, it's the other way round. T is the second. The next word begins with T. The last word begins with D. So we have dropped the D this time. Let's go for one more. Let's go for one more. Okay. And then we'll see what the common pattern is when we're looking at elisions. Okay. So now we've got this one, most common. Okay, the most common, let's say the most common phone is an Apple, for example. Okay, so the question is, just like last time, what do we think? So is day or is it B? Come on. Stop putting up a sunglasses face for me. Okay, and okay, good. Right, so which one am I saying? Which one am I saying? You got A and B here. The most common phone is an Apple. The most common phone is an Apple. Most common, most common, most common. Bruno in with A. Irina F has gone with A as well. Elida as well. Evelina, well done. Okay, yeah, A is the correct one. And this generally tends to be the rule. When you are looking at elisions, okay, it's very common, it's very normal that the last word, the last letter of the first word will be removed for the sake of the second. So in all three cases, next door, the T was taken away. The T comes before the D. In number 2, dad, take, we found that this time, because dad is the first word, the D at the end of the first word is taken away. Okay, same when it comes to here with the other one, most common. Most is the first word, therefore we remove the T. And that's how you end up with most common. Okay, so now we're going to come on to the last little bit of the exercise. This will probably be the hardest one because I'm not going to write anything. You guys need to tell me what I am saying. Okay? So listen very carefully, okay? You guys need to tell me what I am saying. So if I'm saying that door, okay, if this is what I'm saying, you would write it like this, for example, because you would hear me say the door, that door, that door, okay? So you need to write what you hear me say, just like that door. Okay, let's start off with let's go with okay. We'll start off easy and then we'll make this a little bit harder. Most people, most people, most people, most people, most people. Okay, most people. Good. Excellent. Well done. Let's go with the next one. Like I said, guys, I would like you to write how I'm saying it, though. Try and, if you can write what I'm saying and then how I'm saying it, even better. So in this case, you wrote most people and then write most people. So you give me both. You give me the answer as well as the way I'm saying it. Okay, let's go again. Let's go with flight deck. Flight deck. Flight deck. Flight deck. Flight deck. I'm going to go to the flight deck. I'm going to go to the flight deck. Flight deck. I'm going to go to the flight deck. Okay, leader. And can you write for me how I'm saying it? Can you write for me how I am saying it as well? So that is the correct answer. That is what I'm saying. But how am I saying it? Yeah, good. Well done. Bruno, okay, so you all understood that I was saying flight deck and I was saying it quickly, which ends up being flight deck. Good. Okay. Let's go with the next one. Okay. Moving away from ELISION, we're now going to look at something that we looked at earlier. I'll tell you what we were looking at. We were looking at intrusion. This is when you put a word, a letter, a sound into the middle to link two vowel sounds together. Shoe on, shoe on. Put your shoe on, put your shoe on, put your shoe on. Shoe on, shoe on, shoe on. Put your shoe on, put your shoe on, shoe on. Put your shoe on, shoe on. So you'll need to think, don't forget, for this one, you're thinking of either a w, a r, or a y sound. Alida says she wants. Bruno says put your shoes on. Okay, I'll say it again. Shoe on, shoe on, shoe on. Put your shoe on, put your shoe on. Maybe shoe, yeah, put your shoe on, put your shoe on. Put your shoe on. Shoe on. It is shoe on. Yes, Alida. Yes, Leondina. And that is also the sound that I'm saying. I'm putting a w sound in the middle. Well done. Excellent. So let's go for the last one. And I'm going to go with... Yes, excellent. Okay. Okay. Easier. Is he here? 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 This goes back to the very beginning of the lesson, the first one we looked at. Is he here? 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 Excellent. What am I saying? Can you write it for me? Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? I should be going a bit more of a her actually on that one. But yes, is he here is the correct one. And I'm meant to be saying, is he here? Is he here? Okay, good. Excellent, guys. Well done. Very pleased with that. No, it's good. Okay, I see what you're going for. A little bit too much there, though, is because that would be is he here? No, a little bit too much there, Leondina. Too many extra sounds going on. It's is he here? Is he here? Okay, good. Well done, guys. So if you found today's lesson helpful, make sure you like the video. And as always, share and subscribe if you're new. And if you want to find out how you can come to Malta to have live lessons at AM Language, make sure you click on the description below and go to our website. So make sure you like the video. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I hope you found it helpful. I imagine there would have been a number of things that would have been new for you. Bruno says, thanks for the lesson. So helpful. You're welcome, Bruno. You too, Arena. Thank you. Leondina, very helpful. Thanks. You're welcome. As always, guys, I will be back tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock Maltese time, with, I think it's going to be film English, if I'm not mistaken. It's either film or music English. I need to remind myself what I said I was going to do. Alida says, thanks, very interesting. Excellent, guys. Evelina says, thank you. Have a good evening. You too as well. So, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. And see you next time. Well, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.